students and staff members from the surrounding buildings.
What's up? What's up?
Waiting to find out what exactly happened here and what they're doing right now. One ambulance did move about 20 minutes or so ago. We were watching as something else occurred at that time, but we did notice that one ambulance did move. We don't know if they went farther down this road or if they left to go to a nearby hospital. We don't know, but we do know that one did move.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Still getting set up a little bit. I heard there was an active shooter. Flossie was telling me about this. Now, there was some type of report.
No,
that
we have not seen any stretchers being pulled out or anyone moving as if someone is injured. The only movement that we have seen involving other people, except for law enforcement officers, is the students and staff that you see right now getting evacuated from those nearby buildings.
There was some type of report that he was caught.
I can't tell from this exact vantage point, but I do know that it looks like there are several buildings that kind of all come out on that one stretch of path. So it looks like there could be 2 or 3 buildings that they're coming out of. We just can't see which one from this vantage point.
Armed and dangerous. There was one report that had supposedly said he was caught, but then there's some other thing that said that it was the wrong person, wrong identity. So I want to try to find out about that. I have a Daily Mail article. I want to show you some of these clips as well. Let me show you this. Hope you guys are doing good, man. Welcome. I wasn't here the weekend. I was kind of just off this weekend. I guess that's all they showed. Let me all right, I'm gonna read on one screen here as well. Oh, by the way, too, people that are here, make sure you check out my PayPal for the lawsuit that I'm doing. Put the link. Yeah. Even if you just want to read about it, there's documentation. I said articles. Court documentation. We put that there. Oh, there's supposed to be a hurricane coming to Florida as well, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna be my area. But it's already like, I don't know if this is from the hurricane or not, but it's pretty like a little nasty. Nothing outside of the regular for Florida, you know. So I might get some supplies. That's the PayPal. So make sure whenever during the stream, after stream, whenever, just check that out. We're almost there, more than halfway there. Thank you for everybody that supported me, that was able to support me with that. Even if you just share the link, or even if you just watch my videos, that helps too. Or even if you just, you know, watch my playlists, all that stuff helps out. I need to again. So there's a person of interest in active shooting chemistry building at university. Cops warn suspect is armed and dangerous. So right here, you can see it's like, I don't know what they're doing. Are they doing sweeps? These guns drawn. Oh, that's from a few years ago. Okay, John. All right, thank you for that. I'm gonna update it. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this. I typed in this shooting and I just looked at all the random pictures that popped up and I took that one. Give me 1 second. I'm also going to open up the Broadcastify too, so you can listen to the radio. They got something going on. And I want to read this Daily Mail article to get a gist. I just got home. Not prepared. And there was a shooting over the weekend, I heard, here in Florida. They said it was a hate crime, some race motivated. There was also a shooting recently too in Cali with that. I don't know if it was it a bar, something. The county. There's like a lot of shootings, man. I really think. I mean, shootings have always been around, but I feel like we're just society's just like declining. You know, it feels like. Armed. I'll look up after when we kind of settle in. I'll look up the Jackson. That's about. There's a lot of crazy shit going on, man. You really can't go anywhere these days. It seems like you can't go out anywhere with your family. You can't go to the movies. You can't go to the grocery store. They can't go to school. You can't have a family event. I mean, you can't get on the road. You can't go for a walk. You can't go for a jog in the park. I mean, shit. Tracy says Jacksonville, Florida was the dollar store. Oh yeah, the Dollar General shooting. Wow. Appreciate you guys coming by. Let me read a little bit of this article and then I'll put the radio. Let's see. Police have issued a picture of a man they are searching for in an active shooting situation after the first day back to the University of North Carolina. UNC police issued the image of an Asian man wearing a gray t-shirt and short black cropped hair Monday afternoon. Authorities initially sent out a warning for an armed and dangerous person in the vicinity of the school's Prado Labs in Chapel Hill. Oh wow, here's a picture. Person of interest. All right, so I'm going to show you guys too. Update the thumbnail again. Ooh. All right, let me show you guys this so you can see. Person of interest. I'm going to add him to the thumbnail. Okay, I got the radio here now. Let me pull this up. A little buffer.
I'm on scene at the refuel. Fuel clear 74 and attach them to a fire alarm at 1800 MLK Suite C4 for a fire alarm.
Do you have time to like get new batteries anytime soon?
12 copy. 1454.
If you haven't already done so based on a phone call, would you dispatch a Carver unit to report to staging, Carver engine to report to staging for the event on campus, please?
Carver Battalion 1 is en route. Do you need another unit?
Can you hear me? Maybe an hour.
Requesting a unit to make up another task force.
Yeah, like that's being done.
Communications from Carver Battalion 1. Engine 1 is en route. Switching over to Ops 2. 1455.
Okay, just text us or tell me when we can go.
Thank you, no further.
Communications to medical branch. 20-minute bar.
Medical branch to Fort Ascar.
What's up? What's up, guys? Yeah, suspect still at large. That's a person of interest. Yeah, I wonder what is the interest. Why is the person of interest? There was some confusion because my friend told me there was an article that said the guy was caught, but I don't actually believe the person was caught. There's this tweet. I was just looking at this, and it said that several injured after active shooter reported at the University of North Carolina. Learned they had the wrong individual. Suspect remains at large.
Far at 1456.
I don't know if that's the person of interest or not. The background static. The background static. So that's. I mean, I can mute this. Hold on a second. Because I have the volume cranked all the way up.
Communications from Chief 2 on primary.
Oh, the person was let go. Oh, so there was a person of interest, but that was like, so maybe I shouldn't put that guy than the Asian guy. I was going to put his picture in the thumbnail, but I mean, if it's not, if they let him go, then I guess not. Ronnie, what's up? Says you are in the path of a tropical depression. Shouldn't be a hurricane. Yeah, they're saying I've heard people talking about it. Let me see, hurricane.
Communications from Chapel Hill Chief 2 on primary.
I mean, for me,
Chapel Hill unit on primary.
Tropical storm Idalia is a forecast to become a major hurricane before it hits Florida.
Can you dispatch a North Chatham unit?
Ooh, they're saying
Station 5.
as major as Category 3.
And they have one available.
Could be. The only thing I'm going to do,
Dispatching to Station 5 at 1457.
I'm just going to order some supplies. I already have some supplies, but I need to
report in to Battalion 12, please. Thank you.
Yo, the helicopter, Vesper. Yeah, you guys heard about that Florida helicopter that crashed today? Did anybody die? I mean, so I guess they would have to die, right? I don't know. Can anybody survive?
103.
Let's see, Florida. I have video of it.
Medic 1 from communications.
2 dead, 2 injured. Wow, there's survivors. 2 dead, 2 injured. No. So the injured must be from people in the area.
I was just checking to see if they're clear from the gas leak.
4 injured. Another article says 4
man,
injured.
they're still standing by at Perkins.
1458.
Bro, you guys seen this shit? How trippy and scary and crazy is this? Look at this. This is today.
Battalion 12 from 74.
Go ahead.
No issues found in urgent care.
1 of 3. Right. 1 of the 3 in the chopper died?
34 on.
No way. Influencer Orion Depp arrested? I never heard of that person. I guess they're like evacuating. Let me see if I can read a little bit more of the helicopter stuff. But yeah, there's some sort of potentially a hurricane. I guess it's a storm now. So I'm actually just gonna order some stuff today online just to have it delivered. Just like extra water, or like just extra.
74A.
I don't know, canned stuff or whatever. I don't really get too crazy. The only thing I would anticipate is maybe losing power.
Pre-plane is showing the fire alarm panel on the MLK side of the building, closest to Harris Teeter.
I need to charge up all my backup batteries and stuff. My fans. I have a couple of battery operated fans.
Copy. We've located same full station.
Can you tell me your first and last name?
Where that full station is?
Dugar is M-A-M-A-N, like D-U-G-A-R.
Are you okay if they take this live, or do you prefer not?
They can.
Okay, they can?
Yeah.
I have to bump it up, guys.
Do you want me to wait then? Leslie, do you want me to wait then? Yes, did you catch his name?
A pet alligator? No.
Yeah.
Um.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, there we go. So I wanted to bring your attention to those officers we just saw running, but I do want to show you this student who we were just talking to. Can you tell me your first and last name for us?
It's Naman Dugar.
And what year are you?
I'm a junior now.
So you were telling me you were in the building next door. Can you kind of describe what you heard and saw?
So like first we started getting those the alerts on our screens for the class, and then my class is on the right next to the building, and it's on the ground floor, and we have no locks on our classroom doors, don't lock. So then we were all like super weirded out. But my class is towards the back, so as soon as like that happened, like since the doors didn't lock, I went to my car, which was parked right at the back, and like I turned around and my car comes right down Stone Center where the shooting, like right down Genome, and that's where the shooting was taking place. And I heard one shot, and I've been seeing like a lot of cops going back and forth, and they just told me that you should just park your car somewhere and like walk out because this road's gonna be closed for a while.
So let's go back. You were inside of the classroom, you got the alert on your phone. Did you suspect something was going on, or did you just know from your phone?
No, it was on the projector screen, and I thought it was like maybe a part of the class because the teacher was talking about experiments. So maybe she's trying to like do an experiment on us. But then like it kept beeping, and she was like, "Wait, are you guys getting it on your phone?" Then we got the alerts on our phone, and I like first thought it was fake, but then like after that I was like, okay, it's real.
Did you hear anything outside of your building?
Not when I was in there, but once I got into my car, I heard one gunshot, and then I've been hearing like sirens and all of that, but like I heard one gunshot when I left class.
And when you heard that gunshot, what went through your mind? That must have been absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I was in my car, and I was just like,
oh, I didn't think
feel
about that.
Panic because I was parked where all the police people are, like all the cops are right there. So I was like next to like 10, 15 cops with guns, and like I thought that was the safest place I was gonna be. That's why I stayed out there till like now. But it started raining and all the cops went, and then I was like, okay, I should probably leave now.
How are you feeling now? Are you scared? They're looking for someone right now.
Yeah, I'm scared, but like I see a lot of cop cars and stuff, so I'm like, as long as I'm out in the open, I'm gonna be fine.
Maven says her daughter's in this school. Please pray for my daughter and niece are there in lockdown right now. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. She's okay, locked down in her dorm, but terrified.
With us, Russ Angela, as you heard, very active scene right now. We are just starting to talk to students who have just been evacuated. We're going to keep working to get you some more information, but I did want you just to hear this man's story.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll turn it down for now until they start. There's a lot of background noise. Tagged you in a checklist, Mel. Hurricane ready. Is there a checklist? Oh, did you? Wait, on Facebook? I am gonna order. I'm ordering stuff right now, just so I don't really have to think about it. I'm just gonna order extra water and stuff, extra water and some snacks. I think I have quite a bit of stuff like already. Or like I have lanterns, like battery operated lanterns. I think 2 fans, maybe 3 battery operated fans. I think it's how to have candles, which I should probably order some more. I already have the lighters. All I need is just like some extra water and maybe some snacks and stuff. Like just, you know, whatever. Because the only thing about this place I'm in right now, this area, the storms are always just bad. Like they're just really, really bad in this area for some reason, like the lightning and thunder. So I wouldn't be surprised if I lost power. So this shooting. So there was an alert issued around 1 p.m. with police advising staff, faculty, and students to shelter inside until further notice. A huge emergency services presence has descended on the campus with armed officers swarming the school. At least 4 agencies are responding on scene. Lecturer Noel Brewer said that his office was on lockdown because of an active shooter somewhere nearby. He said, on lockdown in my office with staff and colleagues, active shooter somewhere nearby, perhaps near Nome Sciences. I heard, did I say that right? Genome? I said no. I heard that a student was shot. PhD student Jake Sirline posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying that there is an active shooter. There's currently an active shooter at UNC in the chemistry building. At least one person has been shot. I'm still hiding. Please reach out to any loved ones you have on campus and especially in the department. I have never been more scared. This was the UNC, I guess they made a tweet. I'm going to go check out what other tweets they have. Emergency, armed and dangerous person on or near campus. Go inside now. Avoid windows. 1:03 p.m. At 2 p.m., the university confirmed that the situation on campus was still ongoing, urging those not on campus to stay away. All Chapel Hill schools are in secure mode, meaning all building doors are closed and locked. The school district said elementary schools will not dismiss students until there is an all clear given. Wow. That makes sense. Let me see. This Twitter is UNC Chapel Hill. I want to see what else we can find out as far as whether people shot and how many. Active shooter. Says here, shooting on UNC campus leaves at least 1 wounded, reports say. Okay. UNC police. So I really wonder, I mean, this was 35 minutes ago. Has this person been cleared or not? UNC police, this photo shows a person of interest in today's armed and dangerous person situation. If you see this person, keep your distance, put safety first, or put your safety first and call 911. And now it'll vanish from the news cycle. These people are so, Twitter is ridiculous. We read these comments. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I was hoping to find something insightful, but yeah. Jesus. Lord Almighty. People are crazy. The person they arrested and let go was not this guy. All right, thank you for 2D. Thank you for clearing that up because I was kind of curious. So this guy's still person of interest. Let me put the radio back on. See if they're saying anything. I mean the scanner. All right, so I will add this guy to the thumbnail then, because it seems like they would have said he's not in person of interest anymore, but it's
North Chatham Engine 212, Orange Communications.
where are they going?
Chatham with traffic on primary.
North Chatham Engine 212 being route, Chapel Hill Station 5, reference standby.
12 en route, 1510.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just put the scanner on. Put it back on.
Hey, Jackson, EMS 10, primary.
MS 10.
Can you move a unit?
Blair Witch.
Please?
Oh no. Did they end it? Let's see, active shooter.
Medic 4 from
Okay.
communication.
It might have another one here.
Medic Post
Yeah, I
Director,
do have
heading
another
south. 1011.
Thank you. That's what okay. Andrew, thanks for the super chat. WRAL for the best local coverage. I'm local. Okay, we'll pull them up on the side. WRAL. And Maven, keep us posted about your. You say your daughter's out there, right? Yeah, keep us posted. I mean, I know she's safe right now, but I can imagine if I was a parent, yeah, like your kids on lockdown. Wow. They were under their desks, then SWAT came in and moved them to another area. Now they are there with long guns. She's extremely scared. Holy shit. Wow, wow, wow. When is that trial happening? Are you going to cover the trial of the people who killed the Microsoft exec? If it doesn't interfere with October trial, I would. Forgot what I was doing. Here. So I wonder if whoever is the shooter, are they just hiding out now? Is that why there's no shooting going on right now? Is it just... Kelly Suggs, thank you so much for the 6 months. 6 months, love you, man. I love you too. Thank you. Getting this guy's picture on.
Communication for Battalion 12, Ops 3. Go ahead, Battalion 12. I'm available from the fuel spill. Copy. Clear and available at 1513.
The same anymore, sending your kids to school. Person of...
Okay. Do you guys want to take Shelly? She's talking to some kid. Yeah, check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Okay. Updated the thumbnail. Leo Reacts, thank you for the membership. They need to build police stations inside schools. Yo, I mean, it's gotten so bad, right? I have a little bit of comfort knowing because my daughter's in a new school, that there's actually quite a bit of cops. The other school, they would just have like this one person outside with a gun. And I don't know, once in a while, I would kind of see cops. This school she's in now, like there's cops all the time out there, which I really like.
Communications from Truck 74 on Ops 3.
Drita, thank you so much. 22 months.
Truck 74 and all chapel units are available from 1840 MLK. Alarm has been reset.
Truck 74 copy. All Chapel Hill Fire units clear at 1516 MLK.
Take Luke and Shelley.
All right, let me see what else is going on. Gonna say they need to defund all the psycho HR departments. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is the solution to this? What?
151 Hamilton Road, Chapel Hill, sick call.
Oh, you have canines at the schools too? They should. I agree. They should bring canines to the schools. I mean,
S31 151 Hamilton Road, 151 Hamilton Road, across streets of Douglas Road and Brandon Road. It's going to be a sick call, reference to vomiting, 26 Alpha 11. Utilize option 1 at 1517.
They're going to come to us loud and one second. But Jocelyn, can you come to
let's see.
me?
Medical branch from communications, ops 2, 20-minute park.
Yeah, they have, and I'm actually joined right now by one of those students.
Let me mute
Jocelyn,
this.
your first name here. You were in one of the buildings in here. Tell us what happened, what you heard, how this all played out.
Yeah, I was at the economics recruiting fair in Wilson Library, and the person organizing it tells us after 5 minutes of it starting, hey guys, we just received an alert that there's an active shooter, so we're going to keep you guys in here for a second. And then I'm just checking my phone, and then, yeah, there's an active shooter in the building right next to me. So
That is so scary. I mean, you get this alert, and you realize then what's going on. You see all these police outside. How did they get you out of there to make sure you guys were safe and able to come out here?
they just had a single file out of the building. There was plenty of police presence available.
Did they keep you up to date? Do you feel the university kept you informed of what was going on, or how were you learning what was happening?
I was just talking to other students about and keeping up with various news sources. I think right now is a really stressful time for the university, so they were doing their best to respond properly. But this is one of those events that you just can't plan for.
Did you see anyone injured or anything as you were being let out of the buildings?
Thank God, no. No.
Just what is this like? I mean, you're a week into class and you have to shelter in place. You're going to an economics fair. This is supposed to be a good time, beginning of the year. What is this like to have something like this happen right here on your campus?
I think it's sobering. It's a really strong reminder that that there are certain issues that we might think it won't happen to us, but they can and they will. It's just putting in perspective how grateful I have to be for the days that I get to enjoy Chapel Hill, for its beautiful skies and game days, and not for the tragedy that happened today.
So one person in
Jocelyn, we're so glad you are safe and able to get out of here. Your family, I hope they know you're okay.
Yep, I've been in good contact with them.
Good. Jocelyn, thank you so much for stopping and talking with us. And as we have seen here, you can see more students continue to come out of these buildings.
We want to talk to
them out of here to safety. We have not seen that helicopter either circling around in a while. So the students, did they give you any direction real quick, Jocelyn, just about what to do or where to go after this?
I live across campus, and I don't really know where to go right now because they're not letting me to my dorm, so I don't really know where to go. That's why I'm just kind of here.
Yeah, well, we hope that they give some directions here because there are a lot of students. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for talking with us. There's a lot of students that are walking down, that way towards Franklin Street would be just down there, and Carolina Inn in that area. So it doesn't seem like they really know where to go from here. I mean, you hear it from her that this is not something that should be happening. You think would happen on your campus here, and then from that point, you don't know where to go. They are telling students to stay in lockdown here, but then these students are being let out of the biggest threat area and not knowing where to go at this point. So we'll continue to get those stories, hear those stories out here this afternoon.
So, because this is live, there's somebody talking to him. I guess we can't hear it. I guess it's on TV. Maybe they can hear it. I guess that's it. So I want to go through the timeline too, because WRAL has a timeline of events. We could watch that. There's a video clip too I can play. But the latest news that they said is that their WRAL News has learned a person is in custody. So, I mean, I wonder if are they clear now? Are they still searching everything? I mean, that's good news. Let me see here. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Says, I don't understand the issue with gun violence increase in the U.S. Prior decades, we had greater access to firearms, yet fewer occurrences of mass violences. Societal issue. I kind of feel like, yeah, there's a decline, man. Thank you for everybody coming from Rabbit. I appreciate that, Rabbit. Thank you for sending them over. Did she get offline? I think it is, man. I think society is just declining, man. I mean, I don't know. With mental health, I don't know. I almost sometimes hate to say mental health. Everything just gets a blanket of mental health. Mental health, the virus that seemed to affect mental health. Drugs. I mean, I don't know, bro. Let me show this clip here.
See, Landon, thank you. I assume you are in a safe place. Can you tell us?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your experience this afternoon.
Yes, sir. We received word over text that Alert Carolina said that there was an armed suspect on campus, and we immediately took cover. We have recently, for the past 30 minutes, we've been in a room just under shelter, just staying cover. But you know, obviously it's a very stressful time, and we're trying to, you know, stay together and just stay calm. But we have seen cops around campus just telling people to get inside. So that's where we're at right now.
This being the beginning of the school year, was there any talk of, you know, what the protocol would be in this type of situation? Were you aware of these alerts, this alert system, and what you were supposed to do when you get an alert like this?
Yes, sir. We're aware. There wasn't many talks about it because, you know, obviously it's never a situation that you think is going to happen to yourself.
Thank you, Notorious Nance. Thank you for tagging me on Twitter. Oh, nice checklist. Oh, somebody come with a really good checklist for Florida stuff. Oh, I need to actually keep this on my thing. 2-week minimum supply of medication. Batteries, flashlights. Do not use candles. Cash. Oh, that's true. Cash is a good one. I remember one time during a hurricane, a couple hurricanes ago, I went to a few ATMs and they were empty, but I was able to find one eventually. Cell phone chargers, I got that. Got books and games. Oh, okay. That's a good one too. Maintain a list of important phone numbers, including county emergency. Okay. Clothing, rain jackets, hats, umbrellas, sturdy shoes or boots. I have 2 first aid kits. So I'm covered on that. Food and water. Non-electric can opener, paper plates, napkins, plastic cups, utensils. Okay. Important documents. My mother's always told me this too. I kind of have my stuff, but I really should kind of organize it into one spot. Important documents, so if you need it, just go and keep them waterproof.
As soon as we get those alerts, we get very nervous and we immediately run to the room that we can barricade at. Yes, sir.
And Landon, give me an idea. Who are you? Are you in a group of people? Are you with other students? Were you in a classroom at the time?
Yes, we were in a classroom at the time. I was taking a Media Hub class in my journalism building, and I'm currently with 7 other students, journalism students.
Stephen Schlick, are you with Stephen?
Hey, Dan, that's me.
Yeah, Stephen. So, again, this alert went out. Did anyone in that area hear anything or see anything? And what is the current state there now?
Sure. So, to my immediate knowledge, the people in our immediate area did not see anything. Of course, there are reports that go around, just the very nature of social media and constant communication on a college campus. As far as right now, still, we're locked down. We're all still in the room we've been in this whole time. It's kind of eerie looking out across campus. We're kind of in the central part of campus where this time of day there are people out on the lawn, on picnic blankets, studying, hanging out with their friends, people walking between classes, going to the student union to get something to eat. Right now, it's just completely empty.
Stephen, you got all the classmates there with you, 7 or 8 people. Give me an idea, and of course, I know you feel safe at this point. Give me an idea of the anxiety level and just what people are kind of emotionally going through now on the second week of school and having to encounter something like this.
Sure. Well, like Landon said, I think the biggest thing for all of us is we're just in complete shock. Like he said, you never think this is going to happen to you, no matter how much we see it in our world. As far as the emotions of everybody, just like you said, very high anxiety, not knowing anything, because in the beginning we did not know where this had taken place at. The alert was very cut and dry. There's somebody on or around campus. So in the beginning, we didn't even know if they were actually on campus. And so I think just the anxiety of having no information, just stay where you're at, stay locked down. I think that just had everybody's anxiety through the roof. And since we've learned more details, I think people are starting to calm down, but by no means are we back to normal.
Okay. Well, again, continue to be safe and stay calm.
Let me see. Is this a real news page? It should look kind of funky. Fox 3 News. This shit don't even look right. So yeah, this guy was identified. They're saying his name is, and so far he's listed as a person of interest. So I tread a little cautiously. They're saying Taili Kui. I kind of want to wait a little more until we get some more concrete stuff, because sometimes people get thrown in the mud. But I mean, the officials had shown his picture. That is a person of interest, but I'm talking about like the name. I also want to see. The official.
Okay. Oh, there's more coming out with their hands up over to the left.
So it says there's still emergency update. Stay sheltered in place until all clear given. All classes and events canceled for the rest of the day. Check Alert Carolina UNC for updates. I mean, and the school retweeted a picture too. This guy. UNC police. I wonder if this is the person in custody. Oh, there was another video that looked really interesting. Somebody showed the police doing a search inside the building with guns drawn. See if I can find it. Leo Kings, thank you on Twitter for tagging me in this.
They backed up an ambulance and opened the door.
What's going on over here? Oh yeah, it's the same. That's his Twitter profile picture. Teleki is the shooter. That's what I'm seeing everybody say online. Teleki. Well, I see person of interest, but probably, who knows. Let's see here. Let me show you this video.
Yeah, Gerald, we just saw another group coming out of the Moorhead Science Labs over here with their hands up, as we've seen
throughout the last few hours as these students and faculty staff who were in these buildings during all this lockdown are slowly being brought out. You heard from a student that I talked to just a little bit ago who was inside one of these buildings here where all of this is centered on, and she said that the police came in and told them get in a single file line and walk out of here. We saw at one point more than 100, I would say, students that were coming out of here, and then they were just sort of let to leave this area, which leads us to believe there's not really a direct threat right now in this area from what's going on. And as we've been reporting that we have been able to learn that that suspect is in custody, I do want to tell you that they did just bring another ambulance back in here and opened up the doors on it. We haven't seen anybody go into that ambulance, but again, this has been going on now for so many hours here. At 2.5 hours since this lockdown went into effect, there's also just the stress, the heat, those kind of things that can get to people. So we're going to keep an eye on that to see if anybody has been injured here, but it is a lot calmer now than that rush of people that were brought out of these buildings, let out by police. And you heard that one student, Jocelyn, just explain that this is something, you know, that you expect but don't expect. I can tell you, I covered the Virginia Tech shootings. Now that was in 2007, and it's just crazy that we're still seeing these big, massive police presence for reports of an armed shooter on a campus like this. But it is a little quieter here than when those students came out. Now,
what's up, everybody? Welcome. You can hit the like button.
Get some information
Appreciate
from
that.
the university about what happened inside one of these buildings down here, and what has happened and what will happen next from here. But again, all events, classes, everything canceled for the rest of the afternoon and evening here in Chapel Hill.
I heard him say suspect in custody. There's been a little bit of confusion whether the suspect's in custody or not. There's people tweeting out saying he's not, but at 3:15, this was tweeted out. This was about 20 minutes ago. It says WRAL News has learned a person is in custody.
Yeah, they are. We saw that one woman, I believe a mother, that went in there and her daughter came out and they were embraced. The daughter was crying. I mean, this is something that we all know can happen anywhere and anytime. But when you see that raw emotion like that, I mean, it's just so powerful because this is what people are experiencing right now. Families all around the country, they have students here at UNC are wondering what is happening here. What do we do? And that mother was able to get here quickly. We didn't want to disturb them. This is an emotional time. We don't want to bother them as they're going through all of that. But I can show you, actually, if we can look back now again, you can see some more students that are being let out of some of these buildings further down the way there. Of course, you have the student bookstore, the pit area just past here, and the bell tower to your right, where those students are walking right now, but they're not rushing out of here like there's an immediate threat. They're not running. It's a very calm, methodical process that these police take going through a building like these. I mean, if you imagine, these are university buildings with a lot of classrooms, a lot of labs. These are older buildings. They're small rooms in some cases. So they're leading them one by one, going through, making sure the rooms are safe for these students, the faculty, anyone inside here to get out of here safely and make sure that they are clear of any danger and threat in here. So it takes some time to do this, but we have seen this process play out now for well over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes or so. They started letting the first people out there. We saw them come out with their hands up. They were in their lab coats, obviously coming out of one of the science labs here.
Okay, so let me see what else they got about this. Oh, I forgot that we have the radio too. It seems like things are kind of calming down and they're just clearing everything. Supposedly a suspect in custody, according to WRAL. I saw Hoax mentioned in the chat, and I think this is what I've heard. 1 shot, 1 injured. I haven't heard of any fatalities so far.
4 copy.
Let me see. Want to see something kind of funny? I was tagging this the other day. We started because of the male dog. Somebody tagged me in this. Let me show you this real quick. I don't know. Is this? I don't even know if this is real. Max is a multi-model quadruped walking dog that utilizes
from Medic 1,
technologies.
transporting 1, routine traffic to UNC Hillsborough.
1536.
Such as visual orientation, terrain recognition, and high precision model predictive control. Let's see, check this shit out. Is that just some animation?
Make preview 32 where you
Look at this thing. I think it's animated. That's just stunning. Look at this
Hey,
shit.
y'all come on down closer to Carter Labs and we'll get you turned around here at Stone Center.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see him now.
Now he's showing off. Oh, but why he has that hanging thing on him though, right? He's got assistance. It's just showing up. Yeah, right. No way that's just gonna be able to do that.
Communications. Medic 2 is transferring to UNC Hillsborough.
Medic 2 around the
Look at
UNC
this.
Hillsborough 1538.
He's trying to show it on the other one that was created by, what was it, Boston Dynamics or something? Mm-mm.
Communications to medical branch, 20-minute bar.
Communications medical branch copies. Far.
Par at 1538. Fire branch from communications, 20-minute par check.
So you got him in a seal bag? That's a good idea.
Engine 31 and Chief 5. Far.
31 far. South and...
Eden says in custody?
South. 35 far.
Okay, so we have two sources saying he's in custody now.
Giant 11 and Chief 5. Far.
Let me look up CNN. Not that I go to them for information, but just to confirm. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Carburetor engine 1. Far.
Engine 1 got far.
Communications from Fire Branch. Fire Branch is far.
Copy, fire branches, par 1539.
Trying to find that CNN. And in a different, unrelated story, it says a college sophomore was shot dead after trying to get into the wrong South Carolina home. This is just a couple hours earlier. The University of South Carolina student was fatally shot early Saturday after he tried to enter the wrong home on his own street. Wow. The latest case in which someone in the U.S. was shot after apparently approaching the wrong home. I've been hearing of stories like that, approaching the wrong home or approaching the wrong car. I've walked up. It's been a couple of years. There was years ago where I walked up to a car. I kind of wasn't paying attention. I thought it was my own car. The door opened. There was somebody inside. I was like, oh, I jumped. I was like, oh shit. Some of these people, they're gonna be real quick to shoot. It's really dangerous now, even just making little mistake like that, you know? Police initially responded to a report of a home burglary around 2 a.m. Saturday. The release said the incident was upgraded to shots fired as officers headed to the 500 block of South Holly Street in Columbia, about 2 miles from the campus. Officers found Donofario dead on the home's front porch with a gunshot wound to the upper body. Wow. A Missouri teen, this is a different story. A Missouri teen was shot in the head in April after ringing the wrong doorbell.
1264.
We're going to need an ALS unit.
Copy.
Where's my Trump dog? And then another incident. Let's see here. And a woman days later was shot and killed in upstate New York after she and her friends pulled into the wrong driveway. I remember that story. En route to a party. Wow. That's another talk you gotta have with your kids now, because the people who just ringing on the doorbell, they'll shoot you.
Medical transfer from US 32, Ops 2. Transport, go ahead, 32. Transporting 1 USC.
Fat Baby Toodle says I accidentally walked into the wrong townhouse one time. Luckily, no one saw me. Oh, my friend's house was like 2 doors down. It was dark. It was dark in my defense. They all looked the same. Damn. UNC police. By the way, I've kind of cut back. I haven't had any pre-workout in days. So I feel like today, my body, I was just like really, really tired. I think it's because my body's so used to the caffeine. I'm like all mellow and shit now. The reason I cut out the pre-workout though is because they all have this, because I'm trying to do keto now, and they all have sucralose in there. I'm sure there's a stevia one. I got to find some alternative that, I feel like I still need my little caffeine. I've been drinking coffee. I haven't had any today though. I should probably make a coffee in a bit. But okay, here they say he is. Here is UNC Chapel shooting suspect. Cinema posted this. Well, they said person of interest, but probably this guy. I don't know. Tali Key, unless it's been updated too. Tali Key is a graduate student at the Department of Applied Physical Science at UNC Chapel Hill. He works on the optically trapped nanoparticle arrays and all kinds of their related fascinating phenomena. He has experience in 2D TMD, photodetectors, optical tweezers, continuous wavelength laser, and femtosecond laser, spectroscopy, Raman fluorescence, SHG, SEM, all that stuff. 2G HTS superconductors, nanoparticle
311 West
synthesis.
Franklin Street in Chapel Hill, motor vehicle collision with injury.
Uh-oh, did a car crash. Oh, that's good, Tricky Vicky. He was doing keto diet for epilepsy. That's been over a year. That shit is tough. That keto stuff, man. Ooh. Right now, I've been dealing with like having no energy.
Excuse me. 4 dots.
Good.
In police custody. Thanks, Porch.
He transporting 132.
That boy know a lot, yeah.
Yeah, Bill S32 was able to take them.
And the thing with this picture too, like, what's up with this? Like, I mean, I don't know. If I were to take, that's not a great picture for LinkedIn, right? I mean, I guess I don't. It was just wearing like a t-shirt. When I had, I don't think my LinkedIn is active anymore, but I used to have a LinkedIn. I used to work a regular job. I think I have one for Aiken Mail, but I don't have like a personal one. But I had like a little button-up shirt, a smile, some shit, right? Even if you're in a lead shooting, you can at least smile or some shit. So nanoparticle synthesis, light matter interaction, spectra analysis, machine learning. He likes running and hiking. So he's talking about himself in the third person. He was ever an 800-meter champion and sixth place 1500-meter years ago. He plays badminton, tennis, and table tennis. I mean, is that normal? Is that how they write on there? Maybe that's how they write, right? They talk about themselves in third person. The people of LinkedIn. LinkedIn's actually a great place for business, like for if you're looking for jobs and stuff. That's how I got some of the previous jobs I had. But I don't know. I didn't talk about myself in third person. Maybe that's a thing though with resumes. He needs Jesus to smile. Yo, Melanator, I was thinking that. I literally looked at this person and I got incel vibes. I literally, that's what I was thinking. Incel shit. Amy, how you doing? And thank you so much for the support with the PayPal lawsuit thing. Thank you. Is that his school ID? Maybe, because maybe that's what it is. I still want to use that for my LinkedIn profile. Chopper view. Yeah, man, these days, man, there's just so much ish going on. And you know, they say, like, because one of the things people would say, oh, maybe we're just noticing it more because of social media. But I just feel like over the years and doing this YouTube stuff and monitoring the news a lot, I feel like there's just been an increase, man. Especially with the shootings. I saw something. I was watching TV here with my mother over the weekend, and they say that gun violence has increased. Like,
where?
I forgot what the numbers were. I was watching some news station.
I don't know.
I feel like incels, you can almost sometimes look at them and you can kind of tell. I know that's kind of, I don't know, what is that? Discriminating? But I feel like sometimes you can kind of tell.
Hang on, I'm gonna see what I can see over here.
Of course, I would need to see a little bit more of his characteristics and shit. Bat soup. I did a video on that a long time ago. It's a delicacy in some places. That shit. If you ever watch them, I did a video about it because it's actually pretty interesting how bats are eaten, like cooked and eaten in soup and stuff like that. It's pretty tough though. If you ever seen it, because it was back then when we were talking about the virus and where some zoonotic viruses come from, and zoonotic diseases, and they come from like animals, I think, right? Rabies. So what are the major zoonotic diseases? Zoonotic influenza, salmonellosis. What the hell? They got a salmonellosis? Don't tell me that's from salmon. I love salmon. Salmonellosis. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, they got a lot of cops over here. Here, all with tactical gear on. Year FB.
What's now? Virus, rabies,
okay.
brucellosis.
Wait, they probably are because this is what he's talking about right now.
So basically, it's zoonosis. Zoonosis is an infectious disease that's jumped from non-human to animal, from a non-human animal to humans. Zoonotic pathogens,
all right, we can go now, Tyler.
Bacterial or viral. Oh, it's from raw chicken. I was about to say, man.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're moving to the second location right now, Jamila.
All right, so we got a chopper view.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes away from
big.
there.
It's huge.
2 minutes out.
Wait. It's not this whole place, though, right? Okay. Are they leaving now? I wonder if they're going to the person of interest house. You say like 2 minutes away? A bunch of cops or something? Where they going? Yeah, I mean, the zoonotic stuff, I mean, that's, you know, people I'm trying to like maneuver my words and shit. Eating monkeys can cause, or yeah, bats too. Zoonotic diseases.
Oh, okay.
Diseases from monkeys.
Up in here? Oh, okay. Okay.
Herpes B, rabies, from, let me type in eating monkey.
Williams Circle.
Oh yeah, it's called bushmeat. Bushmeat, right? Bushmeat, I think. Is it good to eat bushmeat?
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's where Ebola can come from, right? Bushmeat could be infected with germs that can cause sickness in people, including Ebola virus.
Right here.
It literally says, "Is it okay to eat monkey meat?" Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's check this out. Thank you, Mo.
Yeah, most certainly, and not only for them, but for us as well, for all of you in the studio, as well for myself and photojournalist Ryan Terhune, who is manning the camera right now. So, again, we just arrived here about 5 minutes ago, and as soon as we got here, that's when we had to fire up the camera, and we captured all this. So we will, over the next few minutes, try to speak with some of those neighbors on scene, try to catch up with them. But for the meantime, we are being told to stay back for our safety. There are, if you can see over here, there's a yellow police crime tape that's blocking some of the vehicles that I imagine they'll probably block off more of this corridor as well. So we're going to send back to you.
All right, Aaron, we have learned UNC Alert has gone out. They want people to remain sheltered in place for now. So what may have been thought to be an all clear, they're saying shelter in place for now. We're not sure why that has gone out. As you look at Sky 5 following that police car through the heavily wooded roads around UNC Chapel Hill, about a mile away from the university.
Maybe they're gonna go check out his room.
Aaron has been showing us the video of the suspect being placed into the police car. I'm not sure if it's this exact one or it's a police car, but we do have WRL Sky 5 above this neighborhood. You can see it's a very established neighborhood, as so many neighborhoods are in Chapel Hill, where you have many people who may be related to the university, working nearby and living nearby, and it's only about a mile and a half away from campus. But as we've been saying, the all clear is now given to the public schools, so the elementary, middle, and high school.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw when I covered recently. It wasn't actually I did. There was some sort of lab in California that was found with all these viruses and shit, including COVID virus, like a I don't know, some underground black market lab. And we talked about it for a little bit because there's all kinds of, there was even unknown shit in there and a bunch of rats and mice or whatever all over the place. And I thought it was interesting how like it barely made a bleep in the news. The tiny little bit of coverage, but you would think for as long as these people have been going on for years and years and years about this COVID shit, you'd think that this would make headlines and stuff.
Being loaded into.
Yes. So the vehicle that we saw, it looked like it was a 4-door sedan. So we actually have some UNC police over here. We're going to see if we can maybe get them to share any sort of information.
Knock on the door.
In the meantime.
Yeah. Pull up.
Excuse me, sir. How are you? Over at WRL News. We able to confirm that this was the shooter involved in the UNC?
I can't confirm. It's not a Chapel Hill police investigation.
Okay.
So UNC police will be the lead agency.
UNC police. Okay.
So they could answer questions about that.
Okay. So you cannot confirm that was the actual,
No, but it's not our thing to confirm or to talk about.
So it sounds like it's as you said.
We're an assisting agency.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just...
All All right, so still have a lot of information to get firmed up. From our vantage point, it looked like there was a person that was taken into custody in a Chapel Hill police unit, but this person here says that we'll have to get that information from a different agency. Right now, there's just several agencies that are working to assist one another, and clearly still remains active for the time being. And what we want to do in the meantime, we're going to try to see, once things clear up, we're going to try to see if we can get a little bit closer to some of the neighbors who maybe witnessed something.
Aaron, it looks like that they're moving that tape back a little bit, allowing perhaps other people, yourself, to get a little bit closer. Is that what you're seeing there?
So far, I mean, it's basically a lot of cars. Again, several agencies that are assisting one another that are just getting maybe a little bit closer. We saw a person that was maybe getting the person that was in custody. Are they going to be taken to the sheriff's office to get arrested? Again, there's a lot that we're still trying to gather. All this is happening in real time. So we want to get the news gathering process. And of course, we'll have new information as it becomes available.
Lena Tillett joining you quickly, Aaron. I'm surprised that there aren't more law enforcement there on Williams Circle. Are you also surprised by that? If this is indeed
that wasn't. Wait, am I logged in here? I am logged in. I do have YouTube Premium. Look, they have their own. They have their own. They played a live ad. There's nothing I can do about a live ad.
Now, so far, it's relatively quiet. But if we go back to that photo that we received from a source, that a person was on the curb, and looked like that was the person that was arrested. And for a while, right, if you saw when we went on air, this area was not taped off. So it's pretty much accessible from what we can see, other than these vehicles that are blocked off. Questions that do remain is the person that was taken into custody, Tai Lei Chi. Do they live around here? Again, that's to be determined. We'll send it back to you in a second.
All right, we knew that one person is arrested in this situation. The shelter in place is still in effect at UNC Chapel Hill's campus. We're going to begin the 4 o'clock news in a few seconds.
Okay, man. So the suspect is in custody. At least that guy that they're saying he's the shooter.
It was terrifying. We're locked down.
They have turned out the lights. They are underneath tables.
In a situation like this, law enforcement will go building to building.
We're watching some pretty incredible images right now. More and more information keeps coming in by the moment.
Oh, was that him? That was a picture of him? On the sidewalk? Is that him right? This looks like it's him right there. Oh, hell nah. I wonder what the backstory to this guy is.
It's coming in by the moment.
And breaking right now at 4 o'clock, an all clear has been issued for the UNC Chapel Hill campus following an hours-long search for the gunman. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lena Tillett.
And I'm Gerald Owens. Police now have that suspect in custody in connection with the shooting. Tai Lei Chi, a UNC graduate student. We have seen his photo handcuffed on the curb, and we've also have this video of police putting a person into the back of that police car who bears resemblance to that same photo that we saw on the side of the street.
And WRAL's Aaron Thomas was there capturing that stunning moment. Aaron, tell us what's going on now.
Yeah, so again, we still have an active presence from police here. It looks like they have an officer from the UNC K-9 police unit. They have a dog that's involved. And then looks what appears to be a unmarked car that's in the distance. It's a black one. Looks like they're talking to neighbors. So the big question, several questions that remain, is of who was outside and when they witnessed all this, the person, Tai Lei Chi, who was arrested, do they live here? Was this a place that they were able to get away from as UNC police put out that all call for a person of interest? For a point of reference, we are here in the 700 block of Williams Circle. This is about a mile and a half from UNC's campus. So you have residence halls, you have Franklin Street. All of these areas are highly populated with a lot of foot traffic and cars that drive in and out of it. So we were the only news crew to capture the moment that suspect was taken into custody. And so certainly, as we mentioned before, a lot of questions remain as to what led him over here and what other dots to connect with this investigation.
Yeah, Aaron, bring us back a bit in time. Tell us what you saw when you first arrived to the scene and where you believe that the suspect was when you arrived.
Yeah, so we will set the scene for you. Certainly a lot of moving parts here. So we arrived. This crime scene tape you hear that's covering a lot of these vehicles, this was not here. We arrived at several vehicles from several different agencies in Orange County and Chapel Hill on scene. We were told to be on the lookout that this was an area per a source, that this is the area where this person was arrested. The question was if this suspect was actually in custody or still on scene. That was to be determined because with most investigations, you have certain areas that we have to stand back and let investigators handle their job. It was until we saw a Chapel Hill police cruiser that arrived about 5 minutes later. They parked in the middle of this street here, and that's when we saw someone taken into custody with their hands behind their back in handcuffs. So certainly a lot that remains to be determined. We did speak with someone who is from, I want to say, Chapel Hill Police Department. He was saying how UNC police would be the ones to confirm if indeed the person that we saw was the UNC suspected shooter. But we have several agencies that are out here working in tandem with one another in this investigation.
All right, Aaron Thomas reporting live for us there on Williams Circle. Again, this is about a mile away from campus. I've been checking Alert Carolina, as we all have, as students have, every few minutes just to see what the latest is in terms of how students should be positioning themselves in terms of an active threat. Right now, they're saying that all classes are canceled for the remainder of the day. However, the shelter-in-place order, that remains in effect. I've been talking to students all afternoon, Gerald, and many are still taking that position, some in the store there on campus, some in classrooms. So they are not all yet given the clear in terms of you are able to walk about campus.
And we've seen local elementary schools and public schools lift that locked down in place, but the university is still the same way as it's been since we started doing this a little after 1 o'clock this afternoon. Matt Tallhelm has been standing by on campus with students finally working their way up and down the sidewalks, looking more like a regular school day, Matt, than what we've seen the first part of this afternoon.
This guy.
Yeah, it is. We moved a little closer here on South Road. We're right outside Cotto Hall and some of the other labs that are over here. And you can see it does look almost like a normal day now as they start to let students out of here. I want to bring in Mackenzie McCaleb, who was inside one of these buildings right here where the police focus has been. What did you see and hear when all of this started?
Really, what happened was we were kind of not knowing what was going on. Unfortunately, when in other classrooms, people started kind of making sudden movements. I'm sure they were afraid. We heard loud noise, and so we all kind of had to run and quick get against the wall. It was very scary. Obviously, we didn't know what was going on, but luckily we didn't hear any gunshots or anything, but it was just, we didn't know what was happening, so really scary.
As they started to let you out of here, describe what that process was like to get to safety, to get out here and be able now to walk around campus.
The police came to our door, they knocked, yelled police, whatever, and they opened the door, told us we could go out, go to South Road. There was several of them in there, holding rifles and weapons and things. And then here we are right here, so.
What is it like to see, you walk outside here and you see police everywhere and their long guns? I mean, what is this like to see happening here on your campus?
Honestly, it makes me feel a little bit sick because this is a situation that we really shouldn't even have to be worrying about. We're in class and lecture, and we have to be concerned about gunmen coming into our classrooms and, hurting people when we're just here to learn, like anybody should be able to. So I'm very angry about this, and something needs to be done. Someone needs to take some sort of action to protect students everywhere.
And everyone you were with, everyone is okay and safe?
Yeah, everyone I was with is okay, safe, and got out of the building.
What are you going to do from here? Did they give you any instructions? Because the rest of the campus is still in lockdown.
No, they didn't give us any instructions. They just said come towards South Street. So I'll probably get in contact with my family first and let them know I'm safe, and then figure out what to do from there.
Well, we're glad you are safe and able to get out here. Mackenzie, thank you so much for stopping and talking with us. We have started to see, even though they are still having the lockdown, some of these other buildings have been cleared, people coming out of them, and these are not in this immediate area. So I don't know if police have been going through those buildings as well, but we are seeing what does look like a normal day, except for all of the police presence that you see out here. But this is what it's been like here, watching these groups come out as police go room by room, as you just heard Michaela describing there, and asking them for your ID, making sure you're a student, making sure you're okay, making sure you can get out, and then coming out of the buildings here. So this is a methodical process that the police train for, they prepare for, and that's what they are doing here right now.
And you heard that word angry again. We've heard it from a couple of people. Angry, confused, just a couple of the emotions that the UNC students are feeling on a day like today.
Certainly scared.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
So the people are saying in the chat too, I saw you guys talking about this. 7.4 magnitude earthquake hits the Java Sea and Indonesia. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
A suspect who we've been able to confirm was Tylay Chi, a UNC graduate student, and we were able to capture the moment he was placed in a patrol car, but also received this photograph where you see what we believe, I should say, to be the suspect, Tylay Chi. They're possibly in handcuffs there, clearly guarded by UNC police. But as all this was unfolding, of course, Gerald, students were frightened, terrified, sitting in classrooms, unclear where the threat was coming from, who the suspect was, where the suspect was. I talked to some students who said that they were sitting quietly, only listening to other students sobbing in the classroom.
Because they see this going on all over the country, and it hadn't happened to these students before. And here's an example of that. This woman providing comfort to that student right there. It is a normal reaction. What we haven't heard yet today is confirmation of any injuries.
Right.
Neither hospital has said that they have taken in any patients so far. We hope that remains the case, but in situations like this, information evolves over time. So we're continuing to wait for that confirmation when we can finally say whether someone was injured or the case is something else.
Something I thought was a stunning development, too, in this case, we were hearing from so many students who said that they had downloaded an app to listen to emergency radio traffic. So they were paying attention in real time as well to see if there were any developments. Some saying, well, we're hearing this, asking me to confirm. And of course, we're waiting for a news conference to begin where we can get some confirmed information.
Let's go over to Mark Boyle in the live center. Mark, you've been following every angle.
All right. So I think we're kind of good on that. I wanted to pay a little bit. Some people were asking about this Jacksonville shooting over the weekend. This is a short press conference. Oh, there's one that's 12 minutes. There's another one that's 17 minutes. Inappropriate for some users. Why is that? Age restricted. Damn, the news got age restricted? Holy shit. Maybe I'll just play the one that's not. Oh, because this one shows shooting and stuff. Let me see something. Does this one do it too?
Those history. Any loss of.
This one's a little bit different. That's why. All right, let's play this one so we don't get the video age restricted, I guess. Election year.
Now, Jacksonville has suffered the loss of 3 precious lives at the hands of an active shooter. This afternoon, a little after 1 p.m., an individual we have not yet officially identified entered a Dollar Tree in the Newtown area of Jacksonville, outfitted with a tactical vest, armed with a...
Many earthquakes coming this week. I was actually going to look that because Ohio they said its 3rd earthquake or something recently, I think. What's going on, man? Is it the end of the world? Or is that normal?
AR-style rifle and a handgun. Then the shooter killed 3 people before turning the gun on himself, taking his own life. Other than the 3 individuals killed and the shooter himself, there are no additional people who suffered gunshot wounds. We are not identifying the deceased victims at this time, but I can tell you that there are 2 male victims and 1 female victim. All of the deceased victims are black.
This is a Jacksonville press conference.
Multiple units from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to this active shooter scene, as did members of Jacksonville Fire Rescue, our mayor, and city leaders. We are still in the very early stages of this investigation, so there's a lot of information that we don't know at this time.
Dang.
I will share with you the information that I have been able to verify. The shooter was believed to have resided in Clay County with his parents. He was involved in a 2016 domestic call in Clay County with no arrest. In 2017, he did have a Baker Act.
Ooh,
we know that at 11:39 a.m. today, Sheriff Cook gave us information that he left Clay County, headed to Jacksonville. At 1:18 p.m., he texted his father and told his father to check his computer. At 1:53 p.m., the shooter's family members called the Clay County Sheriff's Office. By that time, he had already began shooting in Jacksonville. The Clay County Sheriff's Office, who has been assisting our agency with this investigation, received information after the shooting that the shooter had authored several manifestos, one to his parents, one to the media, and one to federal agents. Portions of these manifestos detailed the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people.
This is a different situation, and that happened in Jacksonville for people that are here.
He wanted to kill niggers.
Oh, wow.
That's the one and only time I'll use that word.
Man.
I want to be very clear that there is absolutely no evidence that the shooter is part of any large group. We know that he acted completely alone. If you take a look at the images on the screen, you'll be able to see what he utilized. The weapons that the shooter used today are a Glock and an AR-15 style rifle. This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history.
Oh, look, he had let the shots to go in there.
Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak. There's no place for hate in our community, and this is not Jacksonville. As a member of this Jacksonville community, I am sickened by this cowardly shooter's personal ideology of hate. Homicide detectives are actively investigating this tragedy, and despite the fact that the shooter is dead, they will continue to investigate this until we have a complete understanding of what happened and even why he did it. Our Jacksonville community collectively cries tonight. To the victims and victims' families, our thoughts and prayers are with you now and will remain with you. Please know that in the face of this tragedy, this agency and our city stands with you. We stand united and resolved in our commitment to accountability. We stand united with each other. Those who have personally suffered loss and those who have been touched by this tragedy, we are with you. We stand united and resolved against all forms of hate. And at this time, I'll take any questions that I can.
Sheriff Waters, does the Sheriff's Office consider this a mass shooting, and why or why not?
Yes, it's a mass shooting, it's an active shooting, whatever you want to label it. It's a shooting that should not have happened under any circumstances. I don't think names of the shooting really matter. What matters is 3 people lost their life today.
Sheriff, there are reports that the suspect may have been seen on Edward Waters University at first and then made his way down the road. Can you confirm that? Was the plan to maybe start to go there?
I can't tell you what his mindset was while he was there, but he did go there, and he did put his vest on and a mask on, and then went directly to Dollar General.
Sheriff, did Edward Waters University catch the incident on camera, on their cameras?
That's still part of our investigative process.
How does the community, the Sheriff's Office, everyone that you see side by side, how do you go about healing that process to know that those ideologies still exist today? And you said it's not Jacksonville, but I mean, obviously, there's affiliation there with Clay in the metro area, there's still people who have those thoughts.
Well, you see us standing here together, right? So none of that, that's an outlier. That doesn't represent who we are as a city and who we are as a people, right? Our mayor's here, our political leaders from all over the city are here, and it shows where we stand and how we believe as a community. You know, politics aside, none of that matters. What matters is who we are as a community. We stand together as a community. We live together as a community. We fight.
The one thing about this guy, what I'll say about this shooting, so this guy was Baker acted, right? This other shooter, the government had no criminal records. He was previously involved in a 2016 domestic incident involving his brother James, who is reportedly now serving a jail sentence for armed robbery. Let's see. He was also held in state custody in 2017 under Florida's Baker Act. You would think something like that, bro, you shouldn't be able to buy some type of gun like this. If you're that fucking, you got that kind of issue, you have to be locked up because you're a danger to yourself or whatever kind of mental health crisis, you probably shouldn't have a gun. And so, speaking to CNN later on Sunday, Sheriff Waters explained if there is a Baker Act situation, they're prohibited from getting guns. And so it was asked, so why was this guy able to get it then? And he says, we don't know if that Baker Act was recorded properly, whether it was considered a full Baker Act. Bro. Baker Act is Baker Act. If you're held for 72 hours, you're held for 72 hours. The other thing too, I think a lot of times with these shootings, people get really caught up in race, right? And I think a lot of the times it's all over the place, but a lot of times it's aimed at white people. And so I think a lot of the times some of those people are frustrated. And so when they see other races, that's why maybe sometimes they make the remarks that they make. Maybe they feel under attack. But there's all kinds of races that do these shootings, mass shootings, serial killers, all kinds of stuff, and the media is always pushing some type of race thing behind it because it gets everything going, gets things, clicks and the views and everything getting crazy and people are riled up, so I don't know, but it's just there's a lot of fucking crazy people out there. A lot of crazy people out there, man. And if you're just looking for a certain race that's going to do it, you probably get caught off guard, Yeah, there's just a lot of evil, fucked up people out there. Roger says we got rid of our 72-hour hold due to misuse. Really? In what state? Or the shooter said that's why. No, I believe this is racially motivated for sure. But people always are looking up to like, oh, it's this race that does it all the time, or it's this race that does it all the time, and blah blah blah. You see, it's this one this time. See, I got you. And it's like a tally of like which race is doing what more, So yeah. Oh, so I guess that's it for now. I'm glad. I mean, I haven't heard of any fatalities. One person shot, one injured was the last thing I heard. So that's good at least. It's just a crazy, crazy time. Crazy, crazy, crazy time. So I guess I'll head out for now. Make sure you guys check out again my PayPal, my lawsuit information here. The link's pinned to the top. It's in the description. You can read about what's going on. There's a Google Drive that has the documents. If you want to read that for yourself. I was kind of like advised not to really go in depth or talk about it. So I just put that out there so you can check that out anytime. I'd appreciate the support. This guy did target an HBCU, then went to a black neighborhood. Race was involved with him. Okay. No, they haven't done a press. As far as I know, they haven't done a presser yet for the North Carolina shooting. Let's call Mel an N-bomb, then you're out. I didn't drop no N-bomb. That was that guy. Thanks, Winston. Sorry about a hatred of any group, then that is not a media narrative. It's a hate crime. Well, I'm not talking about this one specific person. I'm just talking about like in general. I'm not talking about this Jacksonville guy. I don't know if you know what I mean. Every time there's a mass shooting, everybody's looking to wonder what race it is or whatever. And I don't. So is race going to fix the problem? Is that the solution to your thing there? So it's not a gun thing or a mental health thing. Let's just focus on race. Is that going to be the solution to guns and mass shootings and violence and everything? That's what I mean. I don't know. I hope you know what I mean, but if not, I don't know what to tell you. It's just every time they're pushing this stuff. Just me, yes. I mean, people have been doing that for years. The race thing. What has it gotten you? Like what solution has that gotten you? So all right. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Hopefully there's a chase later or something. Hopefully something comes up. And I need to plan some stuff to do with you guys too over the next couple of days. We'll see. I mean, I have one story I was thinking of doing. SW4x4, thank you for the membership or super chat. Actually, there are good and bad in every race. It's sad. Canceled. I heard. Yeah. I heard that guy was. They caught him in Louisiana. He went back to Louisiana. No, you're good. Still in leather. As long as if you could just help me by watching, being subscribed. That's all good. Share the videos, or if you're bored one day, you want to check out the playlist. Let the playlist play in the background. If you want to check out one of the trials or the chase, I think I have a chases playlist too. That works too. It's all good. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Bye. Bloop, bloop.